Oh boy. So Australia continued to dominate on day 2 of the second test. 91 runs scored by India in this session for the loss of 3 wickets. Nathan Lyon takes a 5-wicket haul, but the major talking point, Virat Kohli's dismissal when he was looking very good on 44. India are trailing by 84 with Ashwin and Akshar Patel holding firm. But all the focus will be on that Virat Kohli dismissal. And Nikhil, straight up to you, was that out or was there too much doubt?
That's a tough one. Firstly, Rahul Rawat got so scared with India's collapse that he's run away from Firozshah Kotla. He's come to the safe havens of the studio. He's like, isse pehle wahan besti ho jaye and Australian fans come and sledge him. He's run away. I mean, that's how Indian batting has been. But you know, I thought as much. I mean, I had given it 50-50 to India, and now clearly Australia are ahead. And this is what I feared, because see, the biggest problem with India, the Indian top order hasn't been getting runs. It's always the low order that's bailing you out. It papers over the crack that India had. Not been getting run. Virat Kohli dismissal, that's an interesting one. So to the naked eye, when I saw, it looked to me that it was bat first. To the naked eye, when I first saw it, I was like, bat first, he's safe. But then when I saw a replay, then I felt it was like the game was poised yesterday, 50-50. Then I thought it was 50-50. It could have gone either way. Now, what I found surprising was that on-field umpire, because to the naked eye, it looked like bat first to me, the on-field umpire more often than not would have slightly given the benefit of the doubt to the batsman. Whenever it's so close, he would have probably said not out. So I was very surprised Nitin Menon actually said that was out. So that was a bit surprising to me. But on closer inspection now, but once the on-field umpire has given it, it's gone to the third umpire. Then the third umpire, I think, needs overwhelming evidence to overturn it. He should be like, it should be clear as day and light that no, it was definitely bat first, which it was not. So in the replay, I mean, I don't know if we are what, 5 of us, I think 2 would say one thing, 3 would say the other. I'm convinced that all of us would be split on the fact whether it was bat first or whether it was bat first on the replay, not on the naked eye. Naked eye looked like bat first. So once the on-field umpire gave it out, it went to the third umpire. Then the third umpire needed overwhelming evidence to overturn it, which it wasn't, because the on-field umpire had given it out. So he had to stick with that. But again, it seemed like 50-50 to me. I know Virat was very aggrieved, and every time he was shown in the dressing room, he kept shaking his head that not out. But I mean, you know, these are, it all boiled down to what the on-field umpire at that time had decided. And in his case, you could call it slightly unlucky, because more often than not, on-field umpires may have given it the benefit of doubt, not out. But in this case, Nitin Menon gave it. So after that, everything, I think, due procedure was followed. I don't know, what do you guys think?
Rahul, what about you? When you were there at the stadium, the first instinct from you, and after that, the reaction?
I think I'll agree with Nikhil. In fact, from every stage of ever since that delivery was delivered to when it became dead.
Is Rahul's mic working?
It went with the, I think it is.
It is working.
Now it's come.
So
okay.
It had to be the umpire's call. In fact, my first reaction, I thought that it struck his pad first to the naked eye, although it was a close call. The moment the umpire had raised his finger, I thought it must have struck his pad first. But thereafter, I thought that, you know, the off stump and the middle stump were visible. So I thought that maybe it might just miss his leg stump. But then, as Nikhil said, and I agree, that the third umpire had to have a strong evidence to overturn the on-field umpire's decision. But we've seen these kind of decisions in the past, and it has happened not for the first time. It has happened with Virat Kohli. In the past also, we've seen that
IPL
sort of a decision not going his way. But for whatever, not little, he played 84 deliveries for those 44. Virat looked very, very, very solid.
Yes.
And as far as the top order is concerned, you know, in fact, every time your top order, at least one of these openers has done well, your lower middle order has also done well. So today, you know, your lower middle order, Jadeja, was there with Virat Kohli for a good, decent partnership. Now everything is on these two. Akshar
The
Patel
last
and,
batting duo, recognized batting pair. Yep.
Yeah, and 84 runs. If Australia manage to get a lead of 50 runs, well, they'll be mighty pleased, and they will be way ahead in this game.
Okay, so looking at the pitch at this point in time.
Why don't you do the vote? How many think it was out? How many not out? I mean, I thought it was
Out.
50-50
for me.
Virat.
Out for me.
50-50, I'd say.
You can, I think, like we always say, he was unlucky, but he was out.
Yeah, he was unfortunate. He was
I'd
not.
say there's nothing wrong or right over here because both ways I'd say that there isn't conclusive evidence like you guys said to overturn, but there wasn't, let's say it wasn't like a blatant wrong call as well. So
Exactly.
either ways I think it's fine.
And it's not the first time that a batsman has been dismissed in this fashion.
Yeah.
So you'll have to take it with a pinch of
Yeah,
salt.
you know what surprised me? Firstly, I mean the fact because it was such a close call. While if it was any on-field umpire, I would have thought that usually just the first instinct. When I'm like, even if I'm like an iota of doubt, I probably give it to the batsman and give it not out, knowing fully well that the fielding team, if they're very convinced, they can still go to the DRS. So I would have probably said not out if I had any iota of doubt. That apart, the fact that it is an Indian umpire, and I'm not trying to say there's bias. Again, not bias or Indian umpire. I'm just saying generally, and it's an unsaid thing that if a superstar sort of a player is batting, the umpire is under slight more pressure to give him out. And so I'm saying, it's often said that a bigger batsman tends to get one or two, close calls his way as compared to a newbie, or if it's a tail ender, the umpires also don't have too much patience, they give it out. When it's a very big name, then umpires are like, they want to be 100% convinced before they give it out. So that happens. As I said, it's an unsaid thing in cricket, but it does happen. If all of that put into mind, I'm really surprised that Nitin Menon, the on-field umpire, gave it out. I would have thought, like conventionally, if I put all equations together, more often than not, an Indian umpire, a Virat Kohli batting, because of the pressure, because he wants to be 100% sure whether he's out or not, and it's so close, maybe on-field says not out, then it goes to the review and, whatever happens. I think if he had given not out and it went for a review, then it had remained not out. Because then Illingworth would have also said, no, I don't have overwhelming evidence the other way now to overturn it. So I think it all boiled down to the on-field umpire, Nitin Menon, giving it out, which is very surprising.
And unlike on the other deliveries that Virat played, here his bat was behind the pad.
Yes.
And that's what ended up costing.
That was the one.
Yeah.
Because bat and pad, they were very close.
There's negligible gap.
Very negligible
Bat was
gap.
behind the pad. In fact, the ball had gone past his
the front pad.
Then
Yeah.
it struck him somewhere
In the inside edge.
Yeah.
The inside edge, it brushed the front pad, hit the inside edge, and went to the back.
Although, if you ask me, I'll still say that it was bat first. But then rules are rules. The third umpire had to have some conclusive evidence to overturn that one.
Correct.
And
He didn't have that.
yeah,
He really
He didn't.
He didn't have any
Yeah,
conclusive evidence
yeah.
to overturn
Overturn
the
the
No,
on-field.
overwhelmingly conclusive.
Yeah,
on-field
because see,
decision.
he had taken 3 to 4 minutes, side angle, the front angle, he was checking all of that. When he went to ball tracking, he said, oh, there is no bat. So that was the thing, that was the clue. That
and so many times we've seen catches being taken, and to the naked eye, when we see those replays, it seems, and we know that the bowler has dropped this catch, but then third umpire, if the soft signal is out, well, so many times we've seen that the catch is allowed.
Yep, in that way. So
Yeah.
authentic, but then in this case, see, RTS kind of when ball was nearer to the pad and to the pad, it had shown a spike. That was the conclusion that we are saying, okay, it might be a 50-50 call.
And
But
that's
do you
why
think,
I think the umpire went with what was given on
do you
field.
think for both Rahul and Nikhil, do you think hotspot could have solved that challenge?
No, but I doubt hotspot would have helped here, because you would have had that
Markings.
on both your pad and bat. So
And actually, hotspot was also discontinued because it wasn't exactly reliable.
Accurate, yes.
So that's why hotspot is not here.
Also, then the debate would have been: was the contact or was that impression at the same second or at that very
Right.
moment?
So-
or not?
so
Because it would have
This
become
was just about a
even
gut
more-
call. Just
Yeah.
about a gut call, and the umpire went with the third umpire also pretty much went with what the on-field umpire.
I think the next step, I think Snicko is better suited, but I think the next step in technology would be, and don't be surprised, I mean, we've seen crazier things happen, whether Snicko actually picks up the difference in sound,
Correct.
hitting a pad
Hitting the
and
pad
hitting
and
a
hitting the
wood.
bat.
And I know that technology it can. I mean, we, as I said, crazier things have come now into our lives as far as technology is concerned. Now you've got artificial anchors also reading news. So we've reached that level where I'm sure they could develop technology where the kind of noise also could be differentiated. I think that's the only way that it could have been solved, not so much hotspot.
Yep.
Or maybe we'll just give it to ChatGPT.
Oh boy, let's not get
ChatGPT or whatever.
whatever.
I'm not still a techie, but you guys know tech better than me. So
Yeah, speak for yourself. I also don't know, man.
I'm way behind.
Yeah, same here. I'm also behind the curve.
Instead of going to DRS, you go to GPT.
ChatGPT.
Yep.
What is GPT?
It's this AI which can generate articles and stuff like that.
So basically, it works like
yeah.
like Google.
It's the one
but
that's
it's
going to
like
take our jobs.
Complete,
Yeah.
answers, full paragraph.
Gives you a
like,
full write-up.
It's RIP for traditional journalists like us, essentially.
Really, but traditional
Yeah, you
journalists
tell
on YouTube.
that supposing there's Virat Kohli, this happened, this incident happened, you tell it and it will create a full article.
Yeah.
So it can
On
do
that.
stuff like that.
You just
Which
need
you
to
can
write
put on
Virat
your
Kohli
website.
It's an
at Kohli
advancement
scored
of
18
Siri.
runs, look good, whatever, and he'll write a full article on that.
It is mostly paraphrased from the previous article, so it's like it's not adding nothing, it's not adding new to something.
But then you can argue that nothing is really original anyway.
The
So
creativity is different.
true.
By the way, I want to know from Rahul, Saturday was completely sold out, no tickets available. Sunday, but I can still see a lot of empty seats. Yeah, unless it's a case of typical Delhi ad saying, मेरे पास ticket है, just to show मेरे पास ticket है, but I will not go to the game.
No, today you're talking about. No, it was almost.
Today?
Yeah,
Was it?
almost.
No, lot of empty seats, lot of empty seats.
Maybe some people left after Kohli got out.
No. It was I was watching from those long angle shots on broadcaster. Maybe you, so I still would say about 70-80% full.
What
A lot of
I
empty
saw,
seats I saw.
It was fairly full, almost full.
But I'm saying 80% full now looks
80%
completely full. But
yeah,
when you take a
80% you
look at a
can
long shot, then you see empty seats as well.
What were the loudest chants
Maybe
that
the
you heard,
people-
Rahul?
India.
Maybe the people who
I
took
don't
tickets
jam
from
Atali chants as
you
well.
didn't turn up at the venue.
Yeah, I only had 3 tickets, 4 tickets. Yeah, those people have already gone. Even if they didn't go, it wouldn't make any difference to the crowd. It's basically a general tendency of Indians, especially Delhiites, कि ticket रखना है. I should have the ticket. I will not go, but I
actually
need the
don't
ticket.
Understand
That's
this
it.
Delhi culture. They want passes, and
Yeah.
they will travel to
Passes,
any
yeah.
part of this city or Delhi NCR just to have that ticket, and they won't buy it.
Yeah. They'll spend more money on the fuel
Delhiites
or
level
Uber
put a free
or
look.
whatever.
I don't know. They'll
ये
travel-
दिल्ली है मेरी जान. Exactly. So
No,
It's-
so can I give you an example? There will be guys who have to pick up a ticket from, let's say, the concierge desk of a 5-star hotel. They will go to the 5-star hotel, and because they will getting late, they may even eat a meal there at that 5-star hotel, which will cost them some crazy amount of money just to collect those free tickets, which would have costed half the amount of that meal.
Than the meal,
But
exactly.
they, they'll do.
There are
Very
people
true.
who can afford to send riders for that.
Yeah, those are very privileged and next level people. They would send riders. But I'm just talking about normal people, the one step below the rider ones,
So way below.
who have to drive themselves.
Yeah.
exactly.
Anyways, so what next? What is India looking at? How far has India slipped in this game?
I think they've slipped a lot. I'd said 50-50 earlier, but now it's firmly in favor of Australia. And the only, I think, positive is that Akshar and Ashwin are looking really good. Like, so, I think the shot of the match so far has been that Ashwin punch that he put,
off the back
to
foot,
long on. Yeah, long on, it went for a 4 somewhere there.
Yeah. What?
Awesome shot. I think the best shot looks so much in control. So is Akshar looking very good. So that's the only relief for India. I want to know. I mean, I was, that earlier lunch session I was talking about KS Bharat. He's got all the shots he has. But what a really stupid shot to play. I'm sorry, but that was not the shot to have been played at that time. Yes, he needs to be aggressive. He wants to play those strokes. But that was, and he's been sent ahead of an Akshar and Ashwin. Because they consider him as good a batsman. I know he's a top order batsman for his domestic side, and he has all the shots, looks very good, plays aggressively. But that situation, poor shot from him.
You made your point. You said that he has all the shots, including ones that aren't needed at that point in time, like that one.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe.
And see, he also got a place in the 11 ahead of Ishan Kishan because of his wicket keeping skills, which he's shown, and he's been very good with those. But the batting, because initially I thought that he was picked, I won't say that he would be tested in the first game. So in the first match, he got just 1 innings to bat. He was fairly good behind the stumps, and a lot of other batsmen also failed. But maybe if he gets another opportunity, you never know. Maybe you would actually want to try out an Ishan Kishan, but that could be a risk factor here. And also, Jadeja left-hander, Ishan Kishan left-hander, Akshar Patel left-hander. So you'll have 3
back-to-back left-handers. Also, the way Ishan Kishan plays spin, and you're putting him here, that's a big risk.
So I think India will still go with KS Bharat in the 3rd match, but there could be one change in that 11 if that person doesn't perform anymore in the 2nd innings. It could be, KL Rahul could be dropped from that 11, and
Shubman Gill.
And also the squad has to be announced. You have to see if the squad is announced, and KL Rahul, if the team management or the selectors still persist with KL Rahul in that squad, you have to realize that he's the vice captain of that team. So you never know, maybe he's playing in the 3rd match. Because playing Shubman Gill in the 11 and keeping KL Rahul out, although we know that Ajinkya Rahane has been in the past left out of the 11, but may or may not happen with this team management.
Exactly.
No, I can't believe that. I mean, it'll be unfair if another, of course, because KL will get another innings here. India is definitely going to bat, and he doesn't play an inning of note. I'd be unfortunate that he gets another game and Shubman sits out.
Absolutely, I agree. Absolutely. But then, not everything that we say happens, no? What you may pick your 11 for the next game in Indore. But,
which we do. Which we do all the time. Our 11.
We always do, no? What is your 11 and what do you think will be Team India's 11?
We'll play. Yes.
You want to take this SC?
We'll do that.
Yeah, we'll take.
Please.
You,
Harshit.
यार कोहली भाई का अलग वर्जन है, बकनर एंड अनलकी का बड़ा
Unluck का जैसे पाजी का, he's referring to Sachin.
Sachin,
I'm sure he must be talking about Sachin and Buckner.
Yes,
विराट बैटिंग वेल कंट्रोल ऑन दिस पिच, और प्लीज थोड़ी बैटिंग पिच दो BCCI. Pitch to batting pitch है, let's be honest about it. मतलब Australia scored runs on this very pitch. Of course, it's getting tricky now to bat there. There is fair amount of turn, but that's where the application has to come in.
And that was the biggest fear we had.
It's not an unplayable service, let's be honest.
But you can't ask BCCI to prepare.
And पिछला test also, पिछला test also India got 400. So batting जो कर सकता था, रोहित शर्मा कर सकता था, बना दिया उसने.
Absolutely.
Yep.
And that's why, maybe last night when the game ended, Australia wouldn't have been too unhappy with that score of 263. Although they can always feel that they could have stretched that score to say about 300. India would. That is why I said that maybe India allowed them 40 runs more than what they should have done.
The aggression that we saw.
The Cummins aggression.
Yeah,
The
later, lower down the order.
Hanscom as well.
Hanscom was solid at one end, Cummins hit the big blows.
Yes.
And you need something like that from Ashwin and Akshar.
For
Maybe
now, you just need to see off, I believe. I don't think India really need to
Because
go
if,
for it right now.
I think on this pitch, if you are too defensive, I think you're getting out.
Now, we saw that with Kohli. He was defensive initially, but then he knew he had to get some runs as well. So yeah, after those first 30-35 deliveries, yes, we saw him, press more on rotating the strike.
But for whatever time he batted, he looked solid. He
Super.
knew which ball to play on his front foot, which ball to play on his back foot. He was crystal clear in his
But
mind.
with these two on the crease, I don't think they are under any pressure to get those runs in quick time. I think they have all the luxury right now to.
They have all the
The
luxury.
good thing about both of them is, despite the fact they bat way down the order,
yeah.
say 8 and 9, but they are not 8-9 batsmen.
Exactly.
And one thing is that what you feel, and the other thing is what they feel. That is Ashwin and Akshar. I don't think that they do not consider themselves, or they consider themselves as tail enders.
No, they're
Definitely
batsmen,
don't.
they know that.
They are proper all round. Oh,
Yeah.
this one kept very.
Very.
Ashwin though has been telling them that please send me number 3 whenever you need a night watchman. I want to go. So he's been telling them.
Exactly. Ashwin.
He doesn't consider himself. You were saying not 8-9. I would have said yeah, they are 6-7 batsmen. But Ashwin considers, he's like, I'm ready to bat 3.
In fact, he was saying that because nowadays he's worked on his batting, when he's sitting and watching others bat, he ends up getting a little anxious and trying to.
Restless.
Yeah.
Did you see this ball?
Yeah.
A puff of dust.
Puff of dust,
Puff
yes.
of dust stays low.
Yes.
But
batting 4 over here.
the Australians will now start to get frustrated also.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
Every run, every boundary, because now the openers would be thinking, by the way, Travis Head is going to open for them.
I think Renshaw,
I think Head would
because he's
open.
also an opener. Renshaw.
Head, I think, would be a better option.
But Head is better down in the middle. I think Renshaw was your opener.
And their openers would now would be already thinking about playing, about batting.
And remember, Australia
definitely.
don't get the tail out very well. The Indian tail in particular in India, they don't get them out very quickly. Very rarely it's happened.
See, already they're nearing a 50-run partnership.
So
these
we
days.
are not even considering them as tail enders. no?
Yeah.
We bat
The last proper batting pair.
Recognized.
Yes, recognized batting pair. Yep.
Shami will take offense to that.
Chalo.
Yep. So
All right, folks. Then,
okay, so we'll join you
End of the day.
hopefully of mid even innings.
Why
Why
hopefully?
would you say that?
Yeah? Not hopefully.
Why would
I
you say
said
that?
maybe.
No,
maybe.
you said hopefully.
Basically, Siddharth is saying भगवान करे कि इंडिया ऑल आउट हो
All
जाए
out
और
हो
दोबारा
जाए।
ज्वाइन कर ले आप।
Yeah,
He's so
yeah.
happy with all his family members.
I'm always happy with family here. Always happy.
Okay.
Chalo then, we'll
Okay.
see you either of the situations.
Okay,
Now that it's
bye.
called, We'll see you. Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Okay, bye bye.